Okay guys, so now I'm going to show you putting the back part in, sliding the back part in. And again, I'll open up the part file for that as a point of reference. I always find it quite useful to do that. So I'm just going to find the part, which is this one. That was the bit that Marsha made. So we're going to slide this into the back here. Okay, so now I'm going to place that part into our assembly drawing, and there it is. And again, this is going to be quite simple. We're just going to first of all constrain that edge, the outer edge of the kind of slit or slot, into the edge there. And if we quickly rotate that, we can see that they're joined, but they're actually not quite right there. There's something not quite right. So I'm going to try that again. Maybe I've clicked the wrong edge. So now I'm going to just double check. I'm going to make sure I'm going to do that edge onto that edge and have a look before I commit. That's a bit better, so it's on the correct side. But we can see there that the thickness of the slot and the thickness of the material here, there's a bit of an error. So, and also you can see now there's a big gap. Now that's nobody's fault potentially, you know, there's a bit of an error in communication and whatnot, but we need to solve that. The bottom issue that we spoke about with the base plate being a bit further back, it's probably not the end of the world there, but this we definitely need to resolve. So I'm going to apply that constraint and leave that as it is. But now I know that the distance between the inside of this panel and this panel is 430. We need to make sure that the distance in between those slots is the same. So now I'm going to go back to Marsha's part file here, and I'm going to open it up. Look at the distance there in the sketch. Now, we haven't got a distance there, but if I try and put in a dimension between there and there, it's probably going to say, well, it's 330, we need that to be 430, and it's going to give us a bit of an error issue there. The reason is because we've already constrained it, we've already dictated that it has to be 450, but if I delete that dimension, if I just click it once, there we go. If I click the arrow there, I want to actually delete the dimension. Why is it not doing that? Let's try it again. Open up the sketch. I'm just going to click once. There we go, and delete. That's what I want. And now I'm going to put the distance from that line to that one, which is the internal slot. I'm going to change that to 430. Hit OK. Give it a moment. It will recalculate and go to the size that we want. There we go. It's just adjusted there, as you can see. So now we're on to 430. It's kept all of the other constraints as we've not deleted them. If I finish that sketch now, you'll see it's updated. And now we go back to our assembly drawing, and the clever thing is it will update the file in the assembly. So now it meets, it goes all the way across. So what I now want to do is slide this further into the base panel. Now I'm going to just simply zoom in on here, set a constraint for that line there onto this edge. Now we don't want that to be 0. We might want to reference, we want to go back and reference the size of this. So that's 175 deep. And knowing how those slots work, I can then go back to the assembly drawing. And I'll try that again. It's got rid of it. So I'll go that edge there to that edge there. We have to be really careful that we're definitely selecting the edges and not the faces and so on. Now I'm going to offset that again by 175. Apply that, zoom out, and we've got it slotted in as we want it. Okay, so I'm going to rotate that now, and there we can see we've kind of got the we've got the drawing how we want it. Now